How you doing? This one's for Tony Ransome. Kia ora, bro. Hope all is well. I'm going to talk about the modes. I'm going to talk about the mode 2, which is Dorian. Dorian, D-O-R-I-A-N, Dorian. This is a pretty cool sound. It's more of a jazzy version of, a minor sound. It's not quite so, doesn't have such a leading tone. It has a flattened 7, so it doesn't have a leading tone like a harmonic or melodic minor. And it also doesn't have a flat 6 like an Aeolian or natural minor. It has this natural 6th, which creates an interesting tension against the flat 3rd, or non-tension, whatever you want to call it, dissonance or consonance. And it's basically just the second mode. I'm going to do it in the key of G, or the tonic note of G. Sorry, the major key will be F major. So the notes are going to be G, A, B flat. Then I'll go to the next string and play C and D, next string, E and F, and then G again. Back to the tonic. The sound is this. And I might play it like this, 3, then on the next string, 2, and then come down here and slide up, or I might go for those two strings, for the D and G strings, and then come across again to the B string. I'll play D, E, F and G. That's my 2-octave shape. But I might also play, and that just sits nicely around this chord here, which I like to play to support that sound. A really important thing is to hang out with a dude that can play the chord for you on piano or guitar, or play a bass vamp or something, so that you can just jam over this sound and maybe use that position. Or maybe this one is another nice one where you stretch your hand a little bit more. You play 3 notes per string. 1, 2, 3, next string, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And that gets you travelling about 2.5 octaves. The important thing is, this is what I call root 6. It's a 6th string. This is what I call root 5, G, root 5. Now, it's sort of commonly referred to as the 5th string root. The tonic in this case will be now here, and I'll play around the chord again. Sort of G minor 13, G minor 6, 9, G minor 7, G minor 9, that sort of sound. I'm going to play that chord and then this sound. Now I'm going to play the same thing, but I'm going to play 3 notes per string, same sound, but I'm going to play 3 notes per string. So I've got 4 positions of the scale. So that's the first thing, get the scale sounding hot. Now the next thing is when we're talking about how do we improvise with the scale. And Tony, I know that we talked about a little bit about this in New Caledonia. You were saying, okay, slow it down a little bit and let's talk about, how can I get inside these scales? How do I know what these tones are? Now, there's nothing that you can do to bypass just playing the crap loads, spending a lot of time on the neck and just repeating this stuff like thousands of times. That's what I've done in order to get used to the sound, to get it in my ear, to get it under my fingers. So I kind of know what I'm doing. I was inserting other chords there, just so that in my brain I was inserting these other sounds because it sounded nice, it just gave us attention. But what we want to do is we want to start doing some of these, I guess what we talked about, Tony, is doing some of these kind of more simplistic patterns, but putting them into a real methodical approach to a practice system, basically. This can be a bit mathematical, so we want to always make sure that we're practicing with a metronome, or possibly even better with a backing track, with someone vamping a nice. Whatever, you know, just someone sort of sitting there with a groove. So wherever, because I play a lot of jazz stuff, so I get to play swing and blues and funk and, you know, do a bit of rock and pop and whatever, and I get to use these sounds, you know, that we might be exploring over the next few lessons in a jazz sense. So I might practice a lot of swung eights, ba, dee dee, da da, whatever. But the important idea behind that, what I was just saying, is to get the rhythm happening at the same time as you're getting the harmony happening. It's a big pitfall for a lot of players. They get these shred, man, ridiculously solid technique and you know, really beautiful sort of flashy playing, but the rhythm isn't there, man. The rhythm is the key to making the notes sound good. You can play so little, or a lot if you want, but you can play so little and get really good tone and really good sound, and say so much more just by having really good solid time, so that you 1, 2, 3, 4 getting a bit carried away there, but you can get the idea behind that, just like really locking into a solid time when you're practicing these things as well. Perhaps next week we can start talking about some of these patterns.